Using the law of attraction for specific manifestations is all about aligning yourself with your desired intentions and then taking the necessary steps to bring those desired intentions into your physical reality. We are always manifesting things in our lives, even when we're not consciously aware of it. Every thought we have and every emotion we experience sends an energetic message out into the universe about our desires. There's nothing really miraculous about manifestation. It's simply a process that requires a little understanding because it's reliant upon the correct balance of our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and behaviors, or our total energetic signature. Positive thinking alone will not necessarily create something specific in a person's life. All parts of an individual must be in alignment for ease and manifestation, including the subconscious level desires. One way to begin to understand how to align to the things that we want is by viewing our desired intentions from a new perspective. You can do this by thinking of the thing you want as having terms and agreements that must be met in order for you to have the physical experience of it. These are the energetic frequencies required from you to proceed with the manifestation. In other words, your intention requires the corresponding energetic signature from you for it to become a part of your reality. Those are its terms and agreements. This energetic signature includes thinking in specific ways, believing and expecting certain things, acting and behaving in particular ways, and even determining what you must give up or sacrifice. Every intention holds specific requirements. So ultimately, manifestation is about experiencing balance and congruence within yourself on every level possible to become a match to your preferred reality. In order to manifest the outcomes you want in your life, you must first become the person that meets the criteria for that. Here's a process to assist you in experiencing that type of balance through your mind and emotions, and in turn, your energetic signature. This will also help your subconscious mind establish a firm belief in your ability to manifest your desired intention based on the feeling states that will be created by using it. The first step is to ask yourself what it is that you want to ultimately achieve. You may think it's a career, or a relationship, or more money, but what will having this thing actually mean for you? What we're going for is the feeling it will offer you once you have it. Take a few moments to trace this manifestation back to the feeling or the actual reason that you really want it. Once you know the answer to this, you may want to label that feeling. For example, it might be excitement, love, or freedom. It's important to really feel this for a moment, and then just tell yourself to memorize that feeling. And once you've done this, set the intention that you're going to set this feeling aside for just a couple of minutes. The next question, and a very important one, is who do you seek to become as a result of having this manifestation? In other words, what kind of person has this in their life? And what character traits and behaviors would you need to develop to match that type of person? If you find it difficult to answer these questions, imagine you are limitless, and then ask yourself what you could achieve without limitations. This will assist you in viewing this manifestation from the future perspective of having your desired reality and matching the type of person who has it. What does it feel like when you do this? What feelings relate to the type of person who has this thing? Again, once you have that feeling in mind and you've created it within your body, you may wish to label this feeling. For example, it might be confident, satisfied, or accomplished. Try to choose a different feeling than you did in the previous section. And again, set the intention to memorize this feeling and then set it aside for just a moment temporarily. Now I want you to imagine something that gives you an immense sense of gratitude, and keep that in mind for a few moments. If you can't think of something that matches this, imagine something you would like to have that would bring you the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude is the emotional signature of already having an experience. As you do this, it's important to focus on the feeling and embody that sensation of it. Once you have this feeling of gratitude and have allowed yourself to embody that for a few moments, keep holding on to that feeling of gratitude. And then I want you to introduce the feeling that you memorized in the first part when thinking of your manifestation. What was the feeling you memorized when thinking of what this manifestation will offer you? And then hold both the feeling of gratitude and this other feeling together for just a few moments. Once you feel as though you have both of these feelings intermingling around within you, introduce the feeling you memorized that relates to being the type of person who has this manifestation. You are now focusing on 3 different sensations. This may take a little practice, but attempt to use your conscious awareness to maintain all 3. And once you have all 3 of them swirling around in your body, introduce the image of your manifestation again, and hold these things in place as long as you're able to. If you are unable to maintain all of these things at once, use your feeling of gratitude individually with the other feelings that you set aside, and attempt to add your image with each of those. In this way, you are associating your desired intention with the thoughts, feelings, and consciousness necessary to become a match to it. In other words, you're becoming the energetic signature required to attract this thing into your life. Now label this combined feeling-based signature, whatever you want to call it. It could be as simple as my manifested intention. And write that label down and put it in places where you might see it several times per day. Your brain and body will remember what this label means and assist you in creating that signature each time you see that label. Keep in mind that creating internal change in this way takes repetition. You'll also get better at introducing all 4 of the components with practice. Set the intention to repeat this exercise daily, even if for just a few moments. Remember that energy is always seeking balance. The energy you project out into the world with your thoughts and emotions is returned to you in the form of experience. And the way you are conditioned at an unconscious level of awareness is what actually matters most. Therefore, there must be alignment and congruence between your conscious intentions and your subconscious desires. If congruence doesn't exist, then your subconscious desires will always take preference. By using this process, you teach the body, and therefore the subconscious mind, to experience new sensations. The subconscious mind learns through feeling states. It can then create new neural networks that physically and automatically move you into new paths that line you up with your desires. In doing so, you decrease the importance placed on the external world and begin to embrace the internal world as the source of what comes into your life.